Welcome to the stream, everyone. I hope the audio is good. Um, as you can see in the title, X was down again. Um, Elon screwed up. Cloudflare screwed up, and it's a bandwidth issue on the internet. As of 2026, this is very true, and I was at the Solana event today, as some of you know. It's Solana co-working. And I noticed that I must have been a real normie because I didn't know that Solana's motto was increase bandwidth, reduce latency. I didn't know this, right? But it's super fitting to what we are doing and uh, what I've been thinking about. And this one woman I talked to today at the event, she told me that the Solana Foundation is planning to put cables through the ocean to increase bandwidth. And my opinion on that is that to say it is stupid would be an understatement, right? You don't scale the internet by putting cables through the ocean. We already have that. It already works. It's already there. We scale the internet by reducing the amount of redundant information that goes through those cables. And a big contributor to that is JavaScript. So our project is super relevant, right? And I understand that no one else is working on this. And I understand that people might think, I don't know, that I'm a fool or whatever, but um, I don't see another way to reduce all this bloat and reduce all this redundancy, especially with more and more bandwidth going to AI and more apps being vibe coded and be having terrible performance, right? So I think our project is super relevant, and I worked a lot on the browser today, as well as on the Turbine browser native supply chain. And tomorrow I want to work some more in Zurich. I want to see whether I can visit the Google offices or speak to somebody from Google in Zurich. I don't know if they work on Saturdays. I don't believe they do, but I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to uh, go out into the real world, show myself, share my ideas. And I have to tell you, the people that I talked to today, their feedback was overwhelmingly positive. You know, people said, "Hey, this is actually a good thing, and this actually makes a lot of sense." So I'm happy to connect with other folks in the Solana space, and some of the people that were here today were super technical, and they know their shit, right? So mm, I'm grateful for the opportunity to connect with some of these people here. And I think I will attend more often. I think maybe next week we come here again and we try to connect some more. with the people here, or we attend the event in Berlin, you know. But I'm thankful for this experience today. I'll obviously keep working, you know, keep trying to keep making connections. And yeah, that's basically it. I could show you now what I did today, but I would rather show you when it's done. I did a lot of back end things just now, a lot of front end fixes, and it was kind of funny. I tested somebody's website. Uh, somebody here that I talked to, I tested their website, and I found issues, and immediately pointed it out to them, and like they said that the tool seems good, seems useful, right? Turbine seems useful. So I'm very satisfied with this feedback. Um, you know, for people that are not in software development, it may seem sometimes like it's easy to develop an app, right? Because you see all these vibe coded apps and stuff. But to make an app actually perform really well and look great and have no bugs and all of this is a lot of work. Right? It's a lot of work. So I think you need to put in that work in order to not mess up that first impression when somebody uses your product, right? When I want people to be amazed when they use our product and they remember it, right? So that's why I put a lot of effort into making it great, making the details look great and work correctly. And yes, there were bugs, and yes, had to be fixes, but I think now it's at a point where it's working well and it's gonna pay off soon. I I'm convinced of that because it's too good to be ignored. It's too good to be ignored. It's too sophisticated to be ignored. And I will keep spreading it. I will keep going to people, even if it's uncomfortable for me or for them. You know, even if I go to them and say, hey, your website has issues and they feel uncomfortable, I will still do it because I know that it is absolutely needed for their success and for my success and for our success. It is absolutely needed that we have these conversations about performance, that we have these conversations about image compression and, you know, browsers being faster and more integrated with websites. It's absolutely necessary that we have these conversations. 100% necessary. I have no doubts about that. Is it necessary that I have these conversations? Maybe not, but who else does, right? Google Chrome is not talking about this shit. Firefox, Brave browser, they're not talking about this shit. So I'm going to talk about it. And it's absolutely necessary. And I won't I won't put it in people's faces so much, right? But I'm confident. I just want you to know that I'm confident. When I talk to people, when I pitch my thing, I'm confident, right? I know that we are onto something. I know that it has value. I know that it is needed. I'm confident. And that's how I present myself here. You know, that's how I present myself anywhere where I represent utopian contributors. I just want to be confident about making a good impact, which we are, which we are doing. And guys, soon we're going to have an absolute killer thing. I'm very certain of that. And it's going to show, right? And there's not going to be a way around it. And people are going to say, what the fuck? How does this guy create a browser where the website loads only 10% of the the other browser, right? How is it that another browser loads 10 times more data than this guy's browser? That's what people are going to say, right? They're going to see it and they're going to be unable to deny it. They are going to be unable to deny the performance gains and the bandwidth gains and the vision, right, of scaling this globally. Like, it's going to be they're going to be unable to deny it. And another thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is monetization, right? So I've been thinking how can we monetize the browser, right? And I'm definitely not in the category of like, everything is pancakes type of business. We need a fucking monetization strategy in order to survive and in order to build the best thing, in order to represent what we value, in order to represent our opinions about the world and about software, about technology, right? We need money, we need capital. We need capital to scale, to integrate all of that, right? We need capital for all of that. So I'm definitely thinking about how to make money, you know. But a big development we're all gonna see in the future in the next couple years, right, is AI models coming to the devices of people. And if we can provide a way for companies to ship their AI models to the native device, to the browsers natively, right? So an AI company says, hey, we have this model that is optimized for the devices of users. And we send it through the browser native supply chain to the browser bundle process, right? Or like the browser build process that we have, right? So then now their AI model gets shipped with our browser, and every user that downloads this browser has this model on their device. So then the company can just say, hey, we use this model that runs on the person's device rather than using the model in the data center, right? And this saves so much costs for the company, right? If they can just ship the model or the training or whatever they have in terms of functionality, if they can ship it directly into the browser without the user having to download anything, right? It's already in the browser. The user just has to go to their website and can immediately start using it. Or the company can save money by using it in their app, right? For image generation, for text generation, for summarization, for text to speech, all kinds of things, right? And we are going to charge them for that. So I'm thinking of it like, imagine a million UTCC equals equals a million bytes that the company can ship to the browser, right? 1 megabyte per 1 million UTCC. I think that could be cool, right? To just say, hey, we sell the space that we have in the browser. Like, you can buy space in the browser for money. Maybe 1 million is not enough. Maybe we should ask for 100 million. But like, we basically sell the space that is available in the browser build. We sell it to them like real estate. That's how I think we should monetize it, because honestly, I don't want to take money from users. I want to take money from companies. A user should never have to pay for a browser. A user should never have to pay fees when sending crypto through a browser. A user should never have to watch ads You know, never, never. The companies should pay us, you know. And if the company wants to put ads on the website, that's their thing. But the browser will never show ads to the user if the user doesn't want it, or actually never. You know, the browser will take money from the companies. That's how I think it should work. You know, browsers completely for free for users, but it takes money from companies. You understand? We're not like Google Chrome or Firefox. We're not like Brave browser. We don't want to sell out. You know, we want to take money from the companies and sell out in that way. I do want to sell out, but I do want to sell it to companies, you know, not to users. I want the money from Google, and I want the money from Amazon, and you know, the money from Anthropic. You know, I want the money from the companies that build on our ecosystem, not from the users that use our ecosystem. Maybe a little bit, but it's more about the companies. And why would a company pay for a browser, right? Well, it's the fastest browser. That's our selling point now. It's like, why should a company pay for express delivery? Well, it's the best service. It's the fastest service for their users. Why should a company pay for 2 days of shipping a parcel versus 5 days or a month? Well, because it's the fastest and it makes the user happy. You know, that's why they should pay for it, because we are the fastest browser. So I'm just going off, right? But I love to pitch this to you because I'm so fucking convinced that this is possible and nobody's doing this, and we are way ahead of them. And even if they want to collab, you know, we can sell it to them. I don't give a fuck if we sell it for a couple of B's, you know, I don't give a fuck. But we definitely have the leverage very soon. We will be able to say, hey, all of these other browsers are crap compared to ours. That's literally what we're going to be able to say, and there's no denying it. Okay, I'll stop now because I also have to get to the train station. All right. I see you tomorrow. Thank you for all your support on Twitter. And I want to make all of you proud, and I will. I'm confident. See you tomorrow.